Welcome to the May 29th, 2024 SIG Cloud Provider Network Proxy meeting. As always, this is a CNCF meeting, and we're beholden to the standard rules of the CNCF, most of which amount to please be kind and considerate of your fellow contributors. All right. With that, I'm going to go ahead and share the agenda. As one has noted, we don't seem to have a whole lot on the agenda today, but I do think it may be a good idea to go ahead and take a look at excuse me a sec, to go ahead and look at our backlog and look at similar things. So I'm going to bring that up. So can you now see the APIServer network proxy
report? Yeah.
Cool. All right. Sorry, it doesn't show me, so I have to ask. All right. So we have 8 or so open PRs. I'm going to start by just going to the Gomon dependencies. This is our standard dependabot. And for some reason, it doesn't automatically get OK to test. So I'm going to go ahead and give it OK to test. And you can go ahead and let it go. Definitely would be good to get some of those packages upgraded. We have one very new one from Yan. So let's go ahead and take a quick look through the change.
Yeah, it's a readiness proof.
I have no problems with this.
Me neither.
Yeah. I wonder if we actually do anything interesting on the readiness probe, but give that OK to test. I can't imagine that there's going to be any problems with that. But oh, and is that actually, oh, and that's on the example. All right. No, if you have no problems, Juan, I think I'm just going to go ahead and LGTM and approve that.
Yeah. And yeah, I don't think this will broke anything. Makes totally sense.
Okay. All right. Now let's get to something a little more interesting. So added validation. All right, I don't know if that ever got reacted to. We can go ahead and look at the code. Yep, please take a look again. All right, let's just go ahead and do a code review. Yeah, so we're going, instead of defaulting the transfer channel size, we're going ahead and allowing to be specified. Yep, that's pretty normal defaulting. Maybe normally I prefer these just since we defaulted in but whatever. You can always fix that later. It doesn't make a whole lot of difference.
Yeah, in a separated structure of options and then initialize as empty.
Yeah. General size must be greater than 0. Sounds good. Yeah, it's like we're already setting it up here, so it's just sort of weird having initializing. It looks like it initializes in 2 places, but Yeah, fix the. Yep, that looks fine. Nice test. And one of these I think is wrong. Okay.
Which one?
I'm gonna have to take a look. So there's I think it's the server. In fact, I'm 90% it has to be the server. So the interesting thing on this server is it has two transfer channels. So I may be wrong, so we will have to look through the code. But the server has two transfer channels, one to the agent and one to the Cube API server. And so the interesting thing then is this really a transfer channel is this just modifying the transfer channel size between the server and the agent? Or is it modifying both transfer channel sizes between the server and the agent and the server and the API server? And we're just gonna have to kind of have to look through the code to see if they only added customization for one, which is possible. And maybe they did. Maybe they only added one. Let's make sure they added the right one. Yeah. Yeah, this is going to be okay. So this is definitely the transfer channel to the agent.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This is the agent's transfer channel back. That was. All right. So that's interesting, right? That's the transfer channel size was originally set to 10, but oh no, they set it to 10 here as well. Okay.
I've seen
Sorry.
something to 0, maybe. I've seen the transfer channel to set to 0 in some place. I don't remember where.
The
But
only
let
thing
me
I think
find
would have
it.
been in tests because we have specific checks that prevent the transfer channel size being 0.
Yeah, maybe that's the thing.
Hopefully that's the thing. We can go through it again if you like.
And
Also, if you want me to slow down, please
no,
let me know.
it's on the test for sure.
Okay.
On the option test. Let's go.
All right. Okay, so we've got transfer channel size 10. Yeah, so this, I think, is the right, setting it in the right direction. Oh, this is proxy server, so this should be. This is the one. This is the one that I was worried about. So this is the channel that receives traffic from the API server. All right. This. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
All right. Cool. I mean, I do like this change. I think it is, on the whole, a good change. I just want to make sure that. All right. Any of these you'd like to look at?
Factory and drain. Fearless reload. The others are already approved, but the fix end-to-end test for rootless image.
Yeah, that one needs a rebase. So basically, it's out of date, and
yeah,
it's a shame because it's probably. All right. Yeah, maybe one of us should try that. How old is this? February, so a couple months old. I wonder if the contributor has disappeared.
yeah, maybe if I don't know, maybe we can take over.
Yeah, Hub is a pretty nice tool that GitHub provides that, in my experience, will let us take it over, and we could probably rebase for this person. So, but also, one thing is it does play with security. So the security context, I would want someone like Tim or one of the other security reviewers to review the change. All right. The other thing is there's a sneaky thing going on. Generally, anyone who is one on the owner's list has their PRs automatically approved by the underlying system. So
Yeah,
when I or Joseph send PRs, they're auto approved.
which yeah, this is why the rest are approved. Okay.
Yeah. So All right. Agent drain's kind of an interesting one. Are you familiar with the use case?
No.
So the idea here is today, when you have an agent and you want it to go away,
Mhm.
there isn't really a way of saying, what I'd really like is for the traffic to stop going to this agent, give it a little time for the connections it has to drain away to minimize the impact of bringing the agent down. Because kind of when you bring the agent down, everything, all the tunnel segments that were going through it are going to get broken. There isn't much you can do about actually long-lived tunnel segments, but it would be nice for the short-lived tunnel segments for them to be allowed to complete without new ones being established.
Mhm.
That way you can basically minimize the impact of taking down the agent if you want to do something like upgrade it.
And how it is checking the channel? Maybe it's giving a timeout in order to let the connection to get cut
Yeah, I mean,
from
that
the
could be
client.
one way. The interesting thing that Joseph's doing is he's adding a signal. So it's kind of interesting. Let me show you what he does. So he sets up a
Mhm.
signal handle in the agent, and if you send a standard shutdown signal, I mean, if you do like a force kill, it's still just going to go away. But if
Mhm.
you do a standard signal, it will, the first time it gets it, it's actually going to notify all of the servers that it is on its way down. And they will try, the idea then is that they can try to stop sending traffic.
Okay, and
Or at
it
least
is
stop
using
sending new connection requests.
and it is not using the context as far as I see on the. Maybe that could be easier. I don't know. I'm just guessing.
Well, so the tricky part is that context is usually for ongoing requests.
Mhm.
And so what he's trying to do is notify. So if this server's got or if this agent has 3 servers connected to it, what it wants to do is just send a drain request, kind of like the dial request or dial response
Mhm.
to those to say, hey, I'm on my way down. Stop sending new requests to me. And so context, it's an interesting idea. My problem is that it sort of relies on there being an existing request.
Yeah, that that makes totally sense because there are more context in the same area. So yeah.
Yeah. So the idea is we're basically in the out of channel communication that we have
Mhm.
for setting up and tearing down requests. Joseph's added a new drain request to the gRPC protocol that we use. So it's pretty simple drain message.
Mhm.
And then, yeah, so the idea is it just sends the server a drain. Right now, I think he hasn't actually done anything with the drain request. So the idea is he's setting up the drain request, gets it out there for a few releases, so that it doesn't matter whether the server understands it or not. And
Yeah.
then at some point, we'll start actually implementing drain. So this doesn't
Yeah.
implement anything but the protocol.
Yeah, but makes sense. In the end, it's implemented on the agent side, as in the PR says, it's remaining in the server part. So it will receive the drain signal, and that's it. It will not do anything. But I think it's better because if not, the review will be a nightmare.
Yeah. So actually looking at this, I don't think I have a problem with any of this. So I'm thinking I might just approve LGTM it and let it go through.
Mhm.
Any concerns?
No, what I didn't see in any part, it's the test, any kind of test. But I think it could make sense when the server part it's implemented. Ah, yeah, test drain. Sorry, I didn't see that part.
No,
Yeah,
it's okay.
gotcha.
I mean, there isn't a lot, but at the same time, there isn't a whole lot to test right now. I mean, all you can really test is that the message
Yeah.
gets through, because this is right now, this is only a protocol change. It doesn't, there's no real logic around it.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, for me it's fine. Also for look to me.
Cool. I'm just at the wrong thing. All right. All right. Let's LGTM this.
Will Joseph continue supporting, or at least
That is
sorry.
a great question.
Yeah.
He said he was intending to when he left, but he wanted to take a couple of months
Okay.
to go spend with his family. But we'll see whether the intention and the reality correlate.
Makes sense. Okay.
Cool. All right. Well, we're at 9:30. Seems like a pretty good stopping point, unless there's anything else you wanted to go over.
Nope.
Awesome. Thank you, Juan. Have a good day.
Thank you, Walter. See you around. Bye.
See you around.